I will forever resent Starbreeze for making Crime Boss look pristine in comparison. Crime Boss Rockay City is one of the most soulless gameplay experiences I ever had. It's not entirely terrible, the map design is good overall, there are actually a good amount of maps and enough variations, the music is okay, the dialogue is cheesy, and I like cheese, and most of my viewers are from USA, so they like cheese as well. That's it. That's all the positives I can say about this game, and we're not even 30 seconds into the video. My issues with this game started before I even downloaded it. This entire download is uncompressed. Have fun downloading 80 gigabytes for what it's essentially a PvE game with Call of Duty mechanics. When I launched the game, I realized how choppy it was, and lo and behold, the game is using 4GB VRAM on the main menu. I have 4GB VRAM in total. There is not a single game in my Steam library that utilizes 100% of my GPU and still struggle to work properly. I lowered the settings and upped the DLSS so the game is somewhat playable from time to time. The game likes stuttering sometimes. Sometimes it runs well, sometimes it doesn't. What is fucking infuriating about this that this isn't a brand new release with all its signature flaws you would expect from a modern release. The game was put on Epic a year ago. Normally, day one releases on Epic means the game gets a beta test of some sorts in Epic before it reaches to Steam at a better condition to more players. Not with this one. How the fuck you worked on a release game for a year and make it work as bad as it does? If you don't have a beefy PC, don't bother with the game. You need at least an RTX so you can at least abuse DLSS, even though DLSS makes this game unreadable. The gameplay loop in multiplayer is doing objectives and maps, carrying loot and getting out. Just like that other game I forgot the name of. At the end you earn money and levels, which unlocks stuff for you to buy. The gameplay mechanics are lifted straight out of Call of Duty. Regenerating health, its perk system where you pick free perks, just the overall feel of the gunplay, even its balancing of weaponry is somewhat Call of Duty-like. SMGs have fall-off, shotguns have harsher fall-off, rifles and LMGs handle the same even though Crime Boss takes a more forgiving approach to gun balance than Call of Duty. Shotguns still have lethal range beyond point blank. Most guns are fairly low recoils and easy to handle. But due to the poor optimization issue, I only found guns with scopes to be usable since scopes aids to my visibility. Well, just put a scope on a gun and enjoy a wide selection of guns, right? Well, this game has no gun customization. None at all. You pick random guns with random attachments from a menu. You don't have a say in how your gun handles or fine-tune the gun of your choice to your preferences. In fact, the only customization you get is your own boss character. You can give him the guns and the perks you want. Otherwise, you're stuck with preset characters with their own gear. One thing I realized is that the preset characters have perks that can reach way higher than your own character. For example, this guy I bought for $1 million can go down 6 times, which is the only reason I bought him. Not because going down is too much of an issue, but because it looks funny in the in-game HUD. Not to say the game is easy, the challenge can be adequate assuming extreme difficulty and assuming the map lasts longer than 90 seconds. That's somewhat of a rarity though. Most of the time with full stack, a map ends before anything can spawn. Not only that, the game encourages fast plays to its own detriment. The game has Call of Duty gunplay and mechanics alright. Regenerating health with guns that have enough reach, such as this OPLMG, you can keep the momentum of combat going. Call of Duty mechanics aren't inherently bad. They work for Call of Duty, they can work for anything else. But the game seems to not like to utilize the systems to its advantage in its mission design and all that such. It shouldn't be surprising that missions that take longer are my favorite since at least I get to play the game. The combat is okay when you get to it. It is somewhat easy if you take cover and stuff and pray that Crime Boss's cover system doesn't fuck you up. Yes, there is the mantling system from one of the Call of Duties, I don't know which one, they all look the same. The system gets me killed more often than not. Why have automated mechanics that works without players' intentions or input? That's not the only thing that takes away control. People praise cringe Boss Rockay City's bag mechanics out the back. But when you take or throw a bag, the game forces you to uncrouch to do the bag pickup animation and crouch you once it's done. When picking up bags in cover, this leaves you exposed. Regular jumping never lets you get through a window, you have to mentally get through it reliably. I thought Payday 3's player controls was bad as someone who doesn't play modern releases, but I get it now. This is way worse than the smoothness of player control provided by Payday 2 and Payday 3. Payday 3 has a lot more animations for interactions as well, not to mention it runs better than Boss Rockay City. As badly designed, half-arsed, and stupidly constructed as Payday 3 is, it at least tries to reinvent itself, and it is way more interesting to dig into with all its flaws and some of its wins. What am I gonna say about Crime Boss? It is soulless and boring to go through 80% of the time, and the times where the gameplay clicks, the map is over and you're back to the lobby. It is mediocre and boring to slush through much of the time, but I'm not here to highlight all the mediocrity of this game. For whatever reason, a lot of Payday players enjoy this game. Even the ones that are critical of Payday 2 and 3 don't have too many negatives to say about it. But why? Is there something am I missing about this game that everyone else seems to get? Is gameplay that engaging compared to the competition? Hell, all the lobbies I managed to join, the game runs on US, through server browser had one or two Payday veterans and community people that I recognize. People that I played Payday 2 and Payday the Heist with. How can people defend a game that is not any better than the competition with a straight face? I have no clue. I know Payday 3 was a disaster with too many negatives. I was in the front lines telling people not to buy it. I know Payday 3 left a terrible taste in everyone's mouth, but why play the other game that is just as unpleasant but for different reasons? How is this game any better than Payday 3? I don't get it. Are we all suffering from a collective brain damage? What's the deal, my dudes? Why are we supporting a project Bo Anderson is involved with, especially one that is this mediocre? And yeah, Bo Anderson, this alpha sigma red-pilled masculine man, the man who got shot for his country, the man no one appreciated when he was in his prime, the man who profits from every copy of this game. Go fuck yourself, Bo, you petty goose. He still shit-talks Starbreeze in the Crime Boss Discord server. My dude, there is only one person who can shit-talk Starbreeze, and that's me, okay? It's my God-given right and no one else. Can't even say this with a straight face. Anyways, I was serious about my thoughts about this game and the questions I raised at the end. If you are one of those players that unironically makes a case for Crime Boss over Payday 3, why? Aside from pricing, of course, Starbreeze is as retarded about pricing as always. Let me know, cause I genuinely don't see your point. If you want a mechanically rich sandbox, fair pricing, and polished player controls with good optimization to boot, Deep Rock Galactic exists, and it is 16 times the game than both of these clowns combined, so, let me know about your viewpoint in the comments below why you think Crime Boss is the next game of the year. I know this is a short one, but I really don't have much to say about this game, nor does the game have something to say for itself. This video mainly exists because I don't get the hype behind it. There's no polish, nor gameplay that isn't an imitation of something that came before for its mechanics and structure. See ya folks, have a nice one.
Fuck off! Where are you? My God! What? Huh? Hey, where are you? What? I swear to God, no one exists. What? Swear to God, this makes Payday 3.